Hey everybody, this is Natalie from Light of Ascension Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is a reading about animal totems, and I'm actually going to get 3 animal totems for you, and we're going to look at why these animal totems are with you right now. And we're going to get into it, okay? Really been feeling the animal totem energy these days and just wanting to bring you guys some amazing information about what animal is with you. So let's go ahead and get into it. We have pile number 1, which is the orange tea light. So if you're drawn to pile number 1, you'll choose the orange tea light. For pile number 2, we have the lime green tea light, if you're into pile number 2. And for pile number 3, we have the red tea light. So we are gonna go ahead and get into it. Open up your mind, take a deep breath, and think about what color is drawing you in today, what pile is drawing you in. You'll find timestamps in the description box below. Also, for those of you that are catching this channel outside of my other channel, I have another channel called Light of Ascension, or another channel called Power Moon Tarot by Natalie H, and there's a link to that channel in my description box below. And for those of you that would like a private reading, there's information about how to book a private reading in my description box below. So let's go ahead and get into it, everybody. It's 5 p.m. on a Saturday. It's a great time to do a reading. Today is Saturn's day or Saturday. So let's go ahead and spin the energy, huh? Let's go ahead and do it. Okay. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the orange tea light, and today's reading is called What 3 Animal Totems Are With You Now and Why? I have 3 animal totems here plus oracle cards, and then we're going to look at your tarot, okay, and see what animal totems are currently with you now and why. Pile number 1. So this is going to be fun. This is going to be interesting. Let's open up the energy. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me with the energy of my beautiful pile number 1s as we move into this beautiful full moon eclipse in Taurus coming up in about a week, and we look at what animals for pile number 1 are with them right now, please. I don't know why I felt like mentioning the full moon eclipse in Taurus coming up for you, pile number 1, but that is coming up in less than a week. Actually, it's on November 19th. So that is going to be really interesting time for many of us because it's going to, it's going to kick off a cycle of, eclipses in Taurus and Scorpio, moving out of Gemini and Sagittarius, which we've had for the last couple of years. So, all right, I feel like page of wands on the bottom of the deck. Let's get excited, pile number 1, and see what animal totems are with you now. Ooh, we have the orca whale and adventure. Time to get excited. Dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song. Manifest your travel dreams. Do you have travel dreams? Pile number 1. Attempt the great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. And sometimes that's, chosen friends and chosen family, right? Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. All right. So the orca whale, or the whales in general, pile number 1, are with you right now as an animal totem. Let's see the next one. The peacock. Vibrancy. Beautiful. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. Vibrancy. Okay, so adventure and vibrancy and getting the energy levels back up, getting things a little bit more exciting and adventurous and shining your light, pile number 1. We have butterfly and rebirth. You can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Again, talking about you were born to shine and inspire with the peacocks in here. You have brilliance to share with the world, okay? So being open to the rewards of change. and love every part of your journey. Pile number 1, that is beautiful. And the butterfly wings are beautiful. The peacock feathers are beautiful. The whale looks amazing, like an art painting, like it's just sailing through those waters, you know, and even jumping out of the water. There's a whale jumping out of the waters in the waves, talking about adventure and travel. Okay, so if you've been a little bit bored, pile number 1, orange too. The color orange is sacral chakra energy. So if you've been feeling bored creatively or just tired of things in your life being the way that they are, and it's time for you to be open to change and think of your next adventure, all right? And be true to yourself, pile number 1. So let's see what else. Let's see why the whales, why the peacock, and why the butterfly are with you right now. It's interesting because we have bird, insect, and mammal, right? Whales are mammals, or we have, you know, air, land, and water, which is interesting. Okay, maybe you guys need a little bit more fire in your life. You need a little more excitement. Here is the water element, and that is coming out under the orca whale, and that need for adventure, the need to take on this new journey, this great journey with confidence here. I feel like the whales are here to help you sense into what's the next thing, you know, what's the next thing. If some of you have been feeling restless or tired and, you know, just not maybe inspired or just haven't been feeling like yourself. I mean, you are in a process of rebirthing and changing right now with the butterfly, okay? And, you know, when those peacock feathers, when they open up, it's like, ba-bam, there it is, right? So I feel like you guys can sense that adventure is calling, okay? And we have wisteria for the flower, longevity, plan for and take the dedicated path, okay? So talking about longevity and take the dedicated path, yeah, it says, you know, here, be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. So talking about planning for longevity, especially if you know, want to go somewhere, travel, live somewhere else, or just start a new adventure. Plan for and take the dedicated path, okay? We have blame, okay? So I accept responsibility for my well-being. And we have pride. Yeah, I love myself and I see myself in everyone, okay? And yeah, so spirit is helping you, or these animals, or these insect, bird, and mammal are helping you right now. With the peacock energy, I definitely feel like this is the pride, okay? Letting yourself shine, being vibrant, not being afraid to shine, not being afraid to be yourself, and just let the world see the beauty that is you. I feel this blame is kind of coming underneath the butterfly here because it says love every part of your journey, right? I accept responsibility for my well-being, okay? So like, you know, if you're gonna make changes to things, pile number 1, in any area of your life, whether it's, you know, and we don't always have control over everything, right? So, but in some areas we do. Like, we can try to get more sleep. We can try to, you know, get more fresh air. Like, we can try to, you know, there's some things we have control over and some things you don't, right? If you're watching this video, then if you have the ability to have internet and watch this video, then you have the ability to take a walk and to enjoy yourself and hopefully get a little bit of fresh air. So yeah, I think too, if there's been a piece of your journey that you didn't like, or that, you know, you just thought was shit, or you just thought, you know what, I don't even recognize that part of my life, and or maybe just where you're blaming someone else for the way things are in your life, right? And some people are truly monsters, and they come into our lives and it's like, what the hell, you know? And you know, we don't ever want to be victim blaming, but at the same time, you know, there are some situations that we may say, oh, I don't like this about my life, but it is something that we could work on, right? Going beyond the whole like, oh, a psychopath was in my life or this or that. I mean, obviously that's a major problem if it happens, but there's also the things that we can control, right? If there's things about our life that we want to control, and it feels good to take responsibility for your own well-being. It actually feels good because you feel like you're more in control, and that's a good thing, you know? And it says plan for and take the dedicated path. So like the more responsibility that you accept for yourself and your journey, the more you're going to be vibrant. And the whale energy, I think whales can travel like really long distances in a matter of a month or two, or even a few weeks or a day. I don't know like how far they can travel. I'll have to look that up. But they can go great distances, you know, over time. And so, yeah, having the vitality and the longevity to do that is important. Let's see what else we have. It's up to you. Oh my God. And don't you love this? You see your angel is pointing at you. They're pointing at you, pile number one, and they're saying it's up to you. You know, what you want to do is up to you. And you know, if you came to this reading like with questions, should I go there? Should I try this? Should I change, you know, should I change something about myself? Should I change my hair? Should I do something different with my life? You know, it could be anything. I want to change my hair. I want a different job. I want to do something else, right? And Spirit is just saying, you know, if you're like, can I really do that? Is that something that I can really do? I feel like Spirit is saying, yeah, you can, and it's up to you. You know, it's up to you what you want to do, okay? And if you guys haven't been feeling this way, like you felt other people were controlling more of your narrative, or that you were really stuck in a certain position for a long time, I feel like you're sensing that things are changing, a new adventure is opening up, and it really is up to you what you decide to do here. We have Peter Sight, crystal, and determination. Yeah, talking about planning and taking the dedicated path and determination, definitely with the whale energy here, determination. Peter's Sight helps remove stagnant energies, habits, and patterns from your life and encourages you to take action towards your dreams. It gives you the determination to follow and stay on your path by releasing hesitation, uncertainty, and self-doubt. Yeah, that can be a real bitch. I know how that is, pile number one. Even if you are sensing that you're doing a good job and that you know where you're headed, like we still can get hit with moments of uncertainty. And the affirmation says, I am determined to stay on my path. I will let nothing deter me from reaching my goals. Okay, it's up to you. It certainly is, pile number one. And there is going to be a lot of pride. I feel like you guys are changing. I feel like you're going to have more adventure in your life. You're going to feel more vibrant, more full of energy, and you're going to be proud of yourselves too. I love myself. And I see everyone, I see myself in everyone, right? What's that song? I love myself, I want you to know it, okay? That song is called When I Think About You, I Touch Myself, but also I love the lyric, I love myself and I want you to know it, right? So good for you, pile number one, good for you. We have lavender and serenity. Okay, so you know, the whale bringing you this energy of going with the flow and being able to go long distances and sense into your future in the sense that something is changing and evolving. And like the peace and the serenity, I feel like the whale's definitely helping you to gain a sense of emotional peace and serenity as well. We have balance with the amethyst. Okay, so the peacock's helping you with balance, helping you understand like you can take more for yourself, you can be proud of yourself, and you were born to shine and inspire. Okay, pile number one. And maybe that's been out of balance for a while. Maybe you've been, you know, maybe you've been the one that has been, you know, giving extra to other people, or you've been the one, you've taken like a higher spiritual road, you know, and you've said, okay, I will take the higher spiritual path here. But at this time, you know, and by what I mean with that, you're saying, I'm not going to let that bother me. I'm just going to like take it and hold it in and move on and just take the higher path. But I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, that really isn't, that's not really like, I feel you're done with that in a way, pile number one. You're done with just kind of, you know, shoving yourself down or not really being who you are. Like, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and how, you know, we're all born with a certain astrological chart. And, you know, obviously, for those of you that study astrology, like, it's a moment at the time in the heavens, the picture in the time in the heavens that we're born. And to be like, I heard this example the other day. Let's say you have sun, moon, and rising sign in Gemini, but to go every day of your life acting like a Scorpio, you know what I mean? This is just an example, is, you know, eventually you're just gonna go back to who you are. You know, you're just, you could maybe try to be someone else or to be someone you're not, but at the end of the day, we naturally go back to who we are. All right, and that's cool, pile number one. So we have Thanatos, Warden of Dis, completion, support, and expediency. Okay, so Thanatos as an entity coming through here to show you, and look, he's holding a butterfly on the tip of his finger here, again with the butterfly imagery. This deity coming here to help you complete things you've been trying to work on and give you the support to hurry and get on with it, right? Because some of you may feel like this is taking forever, or this has been taking a long time. And I do feel that there is an energy of here, okay, it's time to get on with it, right? It's time to take self-responsibility. It's time to get on with something. It's time to get it moving. And yeah, Spirit's saying it's up to you, which is good because that means you have some control over this, pile number one. We have new moon in Scorpio, work through your fears. Okay, and we just had a new moon in Scorpio a couple weeks ago, actually. Spirit talking here about, you know, the energy of Taurus and Scorpio. And I mentioned we're having the eclipses there. There's that sense of dogged determination. I will not give up. I will not, you know, Scorpios and Tauruses, sometimes to their own detriment, or if you have a lot of that energy in your chart of just not giving up, not giving in, not giving up, not letting go, right? Which, when you have a goal in mind, that's, you know, it's admirable to be determined. But, you know, when you all of a sudden, maybe if you didn't have as much control over your journey in the past, pile number one, and now all of a sudden you're about to have a lot more control of your journey, ability to travel, ability to put your work out there on a larger scale, or to let people really see you in your element, and the ability to change the color of how you are every day, whether that's changing your hair, changing your makeup, changing your circumstances, right? That can definitely bring up fears, you know, like, will people accept me? Will I have what I need? Will I make the right choices? Right? So this energy of the whale coming through, helping you to sense into the right decisions that you need to make so that you can feel comfortable, okay? We have the crumbling here, and it says, what are you clinging to, right? So if there's anything like from your old life, and I'm saying this because I mean it, if there's anything from your old life that you used to have as you're moving into this new phase, down this new road of unexplored territory and imagination, is there things that you're still clinging to from that part of your life? Is there still things that you're, you know, that are blocking your perception of how good things could really be, right? So yeah, and for some of you, this may have to do with love, or, you know, someone that you love, like a romantic relationship, a friendship, whatever it is. I am seeing names that start with T or E, or names that end in LY here. But, you know, I feel like Spirit is really trying to show you where maybe you have been limiting yourself, and things could be a lot fucking better, pile number one, if you know, once you really open up your perception here. And we have Minnetonkan, longing for home, belonging, and the original light workers, okay? So some of you, your true nature, I feel, is to be very connected to your spiritual home, okay? And for many of us, the earth plane is not our spiritual home. I mean, for probably all of us, the earth plane is not our spiritual home. And some of you may have some idea of what that spiritual home would be for you. I'm also seeing the initials J and C here. To me, that also talks about like the number 4. Okay. To me, that talks about like, could also J and C could be like Jesus Christ, like that type of energy too. Jesus was an original light worker, not the shitty one that everybody uses to justify why they want to go to war and be assholes to one another, but but the real Jesus, okay, the original light workers, right? And you know, and oh look, she's a mermaid. That's so cute. Yeah, so this whole energy, I see the number 3 here too. So this whole energy of like heaven on earth, and you know, the whole thing about talking about heaven and heaven on earth is really interesting, pile number 1, because I mean, the whole thing of, you know, ushering in the new age and heaven on earth and creating, you know, right, and what we have to let go to get to that space. But something about that whole creating heaven on earth thing, I like it, but something about it also like bothers me a little bit, because the earth is fine. You know, the earth is fine. The earth is beautiful. The earth is amazing, you know, in her wisdom and glory and beauty, right? And I feel like this is you too, pile number 1. You're amazing in your beauty and your glory and your wisdom and all of that. Like you could resonate with that, but at the same time, there are places other than earth that you may feel like a sense of homesick. Some of you may be wondering too, if you are trying to travel or move or go somewhere, like disappointing others, or just some structures in your life that are having a hard time shifting into that energy. Although I feel I'm seeing the word dream here, so I feel some of you may even be dreaming of other worlds, or you may be dreaming about going to other places, even on the earth plane. Like, where did you always dream that you wanted to go, right? And here's you, like unencumbered by anything, like total freedom to go where you want, right? After enduring what feels to me like pile number 1, some hardship when it comes to changing, because maybe there were just structures in your life that were hard to, that were manipulating to you in some way. But it's becoming open now. It's really becoming open. So that's when it really is on you to make the decisions for you, right? And let yourself be yourself and change and travel, right? We have school and exams. Oh my goodness. ABC 1, 2, 3, pile number 1. So, in what areas do you feel inadequate? Are you constantly competing with others? Are you in the process of evaluating yourself and your goals? Yeah, so you're in the process of, you may be evaluating where you're at with your work, or just overall in your life. Like, do I want to continue to study this? Do I even care? Is this what I really want to do? Is this really where I see myself in the long term? Yeah, and I'm getting kind of an Asia vibe from like the fog and the mountain and the trees kind of in the background. I'm seeing the number 30 here as well for those of you that are around that age. But or maybe think back to when you were 30, or think about where you want to be when you're 30, right? I mean, even if you're not 30, you can still go into that place. I'm seeing the letter F and R here too, okay? But and the initials IC as well, okay? Which could be like I see. I feel like also like you guys seeing like, oh, you know, this is where I want to be. Oh, this is where I want to go. And, you know, this little baby here has so many like words and letters and things coming out of his mouth. And it really is about, I feel like you guys are sitting on a mountain of knowledge, pile number 1, whether it's through your work, whether it's through your wisdom or your spiritual wisdom, but you are sitting on a mountain of knowledge. What is it that you want to do with that? You know, where do you want to bring your skills and your talents? Where do you want to deploy them, right? And yeah, that can bring about some fears, you know, especially if you've been afraid of change, or you've been afraid of, you know, like letting yourself be seen, if you're more like a behind the scenes type of person, you know. But you deserve credit, I feel, pile number one. Credit where credit is due, okay? So let's go ahead and see, first of all, how the whales are assisting pile number one. We have the Fool. Oh my God, it's that great journey. It's going on that great journey, pile number one. They're giving you like the extra oomph that you need to get that spring in your step back so that you can take it all on, right? It's the vitality and the energy to start a brand new journey, with a sense of glee and like, yeah, I can really do this. Do you guys remember the show Glee, and how on TV where they would always like break out in song all the time, and they were always doing something different? I don't know why that show just popped into my head, but like, I feel like, you know, it's like, yeah, you know, I'm ready to take this path. I'm ready to open up my energy. And I feel like for some of you, you're not going to have to do it alone. And with the Knight of Cups, this can represent a Scorpio in the tarot. Or there might be somebody that, or water sign, or someone in the tarot that maybe doesn't want you to go, or feels like they want you to stay back, or they don't want you to kind of go, okay? And for some of you, this may be a helpful person that's encouraging you, but for others of you, there may be somebody in your life who you would feel guilty about leaving or guilty about going from, but ultimately you have to do you, pile number one. You have to do you, okay? And yeah, we have the Page of Cups. So, you know, you may be like joking around with someone right now, or talking with someone about going somewhere or doing something, and a person may think like, oh, you know, pile number one isn't being like super serious, but I think you are. I think you are very serious about what it is that you want to do. And I feel like for some of you, like traveling and going to new places would be very creatively freeing for you, which is also very cool. Okay, but you can see with this Knight and Page, there is some dialogue about like, are you really gonna go? Yes, I really am. You know, like this type, there may be some energy going on about that too. Or just having to break the news to somebody that, yeah, I am gonna go. And for some of you, there may be someone that goes with you, is also what I feel. But you getting out of your everyday routine is gonna be really the best for you with the Sun energy here. Like you getting out of just the daily grind of things is really going to, I think it's gonna help free emotional energy. It's also gonna have you feeling very creative and inspired, and it's going to bring back that sense of youthful energy to you as well. And with the Sun, I feel like Spirit is saying there's nothing to fear, right? Because we had this work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio, and it's like you're finally getting excited again. And some of you may be telling someone, oh yeah, I'm planning to do this, and they have some good advice for you. Like, yeah, I think you should, you know, here's what you could do, right? There definitely is a water sign energy. And we got the water sensing card too. So, yeah, for some of you, you may have to break the news to someone like, oh yeah, I am going to end up going, but I think it's going to go better than you think it is here. And, you know, hopefully everyone can be happy for you, pile number one, because you deserve it, I feel, okay? So let's go ahead and look at why the Peacock is, oh, the Ten of Pentacles. So the Peacock is here to help you with your abundance and your confidence, and knowing your value and your worth and what it is that you're doing, okay? And helping you to establish yourself with the Ten of Pentacles, and to communicate effectively, because the Ten of Pentacles is Mercury in Virgo, and Virgo is exalted in Mercury, okay? So let's see what else here. I feel like some of you are like, yeah, I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket or count my chickens before they hatch. but they're hatching, pile number one, okay? Yeah, here's you guys, the Four of Pentacles. You're like, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, you know, being very, very practical. And maybe some of you have been trying to save your money or looking for ways to like be more practical or to save more money or to build yourself back up financially to a level where you feel comfortable, right? Where you feel very empowered and comfortable to take the steps that you want to take, which, you know, I always encourage. If I would have known to save more when I was younger, you know, it's when we're young, we feel like we're always going to be young and it's never going to end. But if you're a little bit frugal and you're a little bit like saving of your money right now, I think that's a good energy. Because with this peacock energy, I do feel whatever you're doing is going to be kind of coming out in the open, financial rewards, but also being really smart with your money. We have the King of Cups. Wow, how interesting. We have the Knight, the Page, and the King. All right, so maybe some of you are trying to talk to a boss or talk to someone in your life about money or what you would like to do or your future plans or how you intend to do something or what your ideas are, okay? And I feel like this person may not, again, water signs all over the place here. This person may think what you're doing is not, you know, is like, I don't know, like whatever pile number one is doing, I don't agree with it, or I don't think it's gonna work, okay? Or just having that energy of, I don't think it's gonna work, or what are you actually doing, okay? And the thing is if you felt this kind of judgmental energy coming from someone who I feel like pile number two doesn't even really know you that well, or pile number one doesn't even know you that well and doesn't even know really like your full capacity of what you can do. And some of you guys may have been holding back a little bit, although you have so much value to add, you've been holding yourself back. And maybe because you fear that this individual, whoever they are, whether it's a romantic partner, a boss, a colleague, you know, a friend, that they're going to judge what you're doing. And the thing is I feel you're doing a lot more than they are. I mean, on a practical level, I feel like you are. So you have no need to hold back whatsoever, pile number one. Let's see what else. Let's see what else as far as what the peacocks are helping with. We have Justice. Yeah. So they're helping you to make some important decisions about, you know, whether you want to keep taking someone's input or not, is what I feel. Because I feel like you have come up with a good way to do something, or a good solid foundation with the Ten of Pentacles here. The Four of Pentacles is also a foundational card. It is all about the root chakra and how we're based in the world. And someone could be very judgy, because this King of Cups to me, or somebody's just acting like, maybe like you don't have what it takes, or maybe at times you're doubting yourself, even pile number one, like you're doubting yourself. And if you have what it takes, right? So this peacock energy is coming to say, like, you know, also I feel like this Justice card is like, what right do you have to say anything to me about this? Okay, what right do you have? And I feel like this is what you guys are saying to someone else, okay? Like if there's someone else that's been being very judgmental or hostile, maybe not outright, but you can feel the energy. I feel like you guys are just like, I don't think so. Like, what right do you have to, you know, and talking about balance, right? Because we said the peacock's helping with balance and pride and loving yourself more, right? And here's the Justice card talking about balance. So I feel like you guys are calling someone out, or you're just calling out your own thoughts as well, or that inner critic. But I definitely feel like you guys are saying, you know, what right do you have to even suggest that, you know? And good for you, pile number one, because I feel like you've been taking care of business, all right? Whether that's in your relationship, at work, whatever it is, you have been taking care of business, okay? And I don't feel like this person really has the jurisdiction to really, I mean, they can keep their thoughts to themselves or their psychic energy to themselves, because you know, you're in the driver's seat here, and, you know, you're demanding, like, you're demanding the truth is what I see. Pile number one, you're demanding the truth. It's like, if you don't like what I'm doing or you don't like what I'm putting out, just fucking say it, okay? With justice. And yeah, okay, pile number one. Let's see how the butterflies, are helping pile number one, please. Let's see how the butterflies. We have the Six of Pentacles, okay? So helping you to, also more energy of balance, but helping you to take the responsibility to care for yourself, both physically, emotionally. We have the Ten of Wands, okay? So the butterfly is talking about how you've been coming through a period of very, very hard work and discipline, where maybe you felt like you were giving more than someone else, or you were having to push harder without, you know, without much input or help from others, okay? But I think you're starting to realize I can't really depend on, for those of you that depend on like a parent, or you depend on a partner, or you depend on, you know, there's nothing wrong with depending on people, but I also feel like you guys are just getting, because we have this card of, you know, self-responsibility. I think you guys are just getting to the point where you're like, I'd rather do it myself. You know, I don't really want to I want to have some sexy self-reliance in my life, and I know I can be successful. I just need to, you know, keep going here with the Ten of Wands, and this hard work and effort is going to pay off. Also, the Ten of Wands is a card of moving. You know, I see that show up sometimes when people are actually moving. So the butterfly is helping with any transition there. Let's see what else. Let's see what else from the butterflies. We have, oh my God, you know, the butterflies are they're such beautiful, light, airy creatures, but they're coming through with, you know, with a vengeance right now, pile number one, which is really interesting. And I feel like they're saying, you know, you know, we get a sense of pride when we are able to complete things and stand up for ourselves and be determined, right? We get a sense of pride and ownership and responsibility from that. It is also okay to ask for help, but I think some of you have been going through a period where you've realized, you know, I really need to do this for myself, and it's up to me to make this happen, okay? Which pile number one is good, because it's leading you to a place of ease, okay? It's leading you to, with the Star card, all right? After all this effort, even turning away help. Some of you guys may have turned away help, like maybe there's a family member or someone in your life who always would want, who could help you out financially, but there was always strings attached to it. Or even if it's not financial, it could be at work, you know, someone who would help you, but then always expected you to do everything yourself, or that they were very unfair with the way that they were parceling things out or giving you different things to work on, okay? And you've kind of had to really kick it into gear in your own, you know, with your own blood, sweat, and tears in a lot of ways here. Pile number one is what I feel like you've just had to say, I don't really want the crumbs or whatever that you're giving me, and I don't really need your charity. I don't want the crumbs that you're giving me, and I can do this on my own. And I'm strong and I'm proud and I know where I'm headed, so I don't need everyone else's involvement at this time. And you are working through your fears, pile number one. You really are, okay? You're very determined, and you know it's up to you. And the butterflies are showing you, they're showing you the path. Like after all this hard work, here's the Star, right? They're showing you a place of vulnerability and ease, and, you know, finally getting to that point where you can relax and dream and, you know, feel like the satisfaction of a job well done, or feel the satisfaction that, you know, I got myself to this place through my effort and hard work, and through the practicalities and figuring everything out. I got myself to this place, you know, through my own like self-reliance and determination. Now here I'm in this beautiful place. Now, and look at the major arcana here at the end of each one. So the whales associating with the sun and enjoyment and adventure and pleasure, and the peacocks helping you to show and shine out and be who you are. And if other people or even yourself is holding back, that's the end of the road with justice here showing up. And the butterfly helping you with the star card, right? To just like radiant self-reliance is what I feel for you, pile number one, okay? And if it feels like you've been pushing hard for a while and it would be nice to have some relief, I do feel like that is coming for you, okay? And your life today, I feel like in the future is gonna look way different than it does today, okay? So that is, the butterfly is always coming through with that transformational energy. Also, whenever I see butterflies, I'm like, that's my ancestors, you know, or that's spirit trying to directly communicate with me. So pile number one, I hope that reading was informative for you. And I hope that it really helped you. And if you see any symbols of a whale, a peacock, or a butterfly, I mean, probably you won't walk down the street and see a whale, but maybe you will see one on TV, or you will see a picture of one, or you have something in your house with that. But yeah, it's the whole message I feel here. Plan for and take the dedicated path. Longevity. All right. Pile number one, so your journey is far from over. Thank you so much, pile number one. Do leave me a comment if that reading resonated with you, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Let's go ahead and move on to pile number two. Let's do it. Let's do it. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the lime green tea light, and it actually does smell like lime green. That's part of the reason why I got it. It smells like lime. But yeah, pile number two, we are going to go ahead and get into it. Today, we're going to get 3 animal totems that are currently with you right now, and we're going to find out why they're with you as well and what messages they would like to communicate with you. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to... Lately, I've been liking to shuffle the cards while I'm connecting with spirit. So let's do it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please step forward for my beautiful pile number twos, please. And show me what animals are currently with my beautiful pile number twos and why. And as I was going through that pile number two, spirit was showing me like ballerina shoes, or giving me the word ballerina. So maybe some of you have watched something lately with that, or you were a ballerina as a child, or you talked about that recently, or one of your kids is into it. Who knows, right? Maybe you just had an idea about it recently. There's the Ace of Swords, but spirit gave me that. All right. Yeah, spirit also is giving me the energy of something like burning, whether it's like incense burning or just like a smell of overcooking something a little bit. I know we have Thanksgiving coming up, pile number two, so be sure to watch your turkey if you're gonna make one, right? And keep the windows open if you're cooking so the smoke alarm doesn't go off. I don't know why I'm giving you this general life advice, pile number two, but anyway, let's go ahead. You're like, I know what to do, Natalie. So let's go ahead, pile number two, and reveal your animals. We have the sea otter and happiness. Be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. Oh my God, and these sea otters look so relaxed, you know, and they're snuggling together too, which is really cute. Yeah, so some of you may have had some worry lately, or you've just been nervous, or maybe you've had some anxiety about something, but spirit really talking to you guys about, you know, releasing expectations and trying to enjoy every day, and just surrender to the waves of life, which is a beautiful message. I also feel like sea otters are always like really friendly. I don't know if they're friendly in real life, but whenever I see them, I'm like, oh, they're so sweet. They're so friendly. Maybe some of you guys have pets that are really sweet and friendly and like to cuddle with you. You know, it's the little things. We have Swan and Grace. Wow, pile number 2. Very beautiful. Very loving energy. All right, some of you need love and touch and affection, and maybe some of you are wondering like, am I gonna have that, or can I have that with my person, or I miss that. But there, I'm getting an energy for you guys of connection. Also, when I think of the swans, I think of Venus energy, of course. So it says, Swan and Grace, you who glides across the waters of my soul, bring me your wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty. Pile number 2. Wow, that sounded very poetic. You who glides across the waters of my soul. Wow. Wow, what glides across the waters of your soul? Pile number 2, okay? Yeah, very graceful living, very beautiful living, very going unchallenged. You know, like we feel so challenged sometimes by other people questioning us. And of course, there are times in life when we are very challenged. You know, we all go through that. But I feel like what's coming your guys' way is happiness, TLC. You know, maybe you guys are like, yeah, THC too, Natalie, but happiness and connection and grace. And if you haven't been feeling pretty lately, you know, if you haven't gotten laid for a while and you haven't been feeling pretty lately. Also, I feel like this flower looks like, this purple flower looks kind of like a beautiful vulva in a way, pile number 2. But if you haven't been feeling pretty lately and you haven't been feeling the love and you've been anxious or nervous and you felt about as graceful, you know, as a frisbee hitting my head at, you know, 30 miles per hour, then I feel like these energies are changing for you. And it's interesting because we have a Venus retrograde coming up at the end of December. So definitely get your love and beauty action going on here. Pile number 2. We have Goose, inner knowing. Wow, we have goose, geese, and swans. You know, both birds on the lake, birds on the river, birds near the water, okay? And then we have the sea otters living in the water. Very interesting. So we have Goose and inner knowing. You are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry, you are blessed. Let yourself fly free. Okay, so another reference to not worrying and letting worry go. So some of you have been worried about a relationship or a friendship, or just not feeling very loved or very beautiful inner or outer. I feel like, you know, the swan is definitely helping you to feel very lovely and beautiful, which could be Taurus or Libra energy. Whenever I see the swans, I think of like the Empress in the tarot. And you know, loyal friends. Whenever I see the sea otters, I think of friendships and you know, not just friendships like on the earth plane, but also like our extended, you know, ancestors and soul family, and just all the energy that we connect to on a daily basis that loves us and embrace us. Whether it's someone we stop and smile to on the street, whether it's a pet that we hold and cuddle, whether it's, you know, being with our soul tribe with this flock of geese. And maybe some of you have felt kind of alone, or you just haven't felt good or like beautiful, or you felt alone, or you've been dealing with a lot of anxiety or worry, okay? But Spirit telling you clearly, pile number 2, you are a brave traveler and your soul knows the way. You have really good internal sonar, pile number 2, right? Which reminds me of the dolphins. Don't they have that internal sonars too as well? So maybe some of you also resonate with dolphins. Let's see. Oh, the air element, communicating. Well, we do have 2 birds here, but I feel like if there's been any misunderstandings and you've been worried about something, I feel like just being close to someone and feeling that connection really does help to settle the energies, okay? And your good destiny of love is sure. So maybe we have some air signs here too, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but talking about, you know, happiness is in the air is what I feel like. All right. And the otters, if some of you have been overthinking, over analyzing, you know, air energy is wonderful, but you know, when it's on overdrive, it can be very worrisome. It can make us feel very tired, very exhausted, very worn out, you know, when we're worrying and we aren't sleeping and we're overdoing it on the caffeine, you know, all the stuff, pile number 2. So talking about, you know, having better quality thoughts, I feel like, as well, like the otter helping you, the sea otter helping you to rest your mind a little bit, get more into your body and have some better thoughts. We have gardenia and awareness. Wake up, roll the clouds away, and look. Okay, look at all the beauty around you. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with the dignity of the spirit of beauty. So yeah, I feel like the swans are here to help you, to wake you up in the morning and to be positive and to be like, you know, wake up, roll the clouds away, and take a look, like the new day is beckoning you. And yeah, that's very interesting. It's a new day. Let's see what else. We have fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Okay. So, you know, testing, that's a really interesting statement. Some of you, the statements you guys have here, some of you may be very good with words, or you may be writers or creatives of some types, because the word energy or the sentencing here is interesting. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. You know, that really reminds me of like Venus-Saturn contacts in a chart, you know, testing my resolve to stay in the energy of love and stay out of fear, you know, and sometimes we're just in fear. It's not like we're bad because we're in fear, but we're just like, okay, I'm in fear. Like, this is testing me a little bit. And some of you may have had some things that were anxiety provoking come your way, okay? But the swans are here to calm the energy and to enjoy your surroundings a bit more and to let go of some of the fear or anxiety maybe you've been feeling. We have patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Okay, it says you are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. So because your soul knows the way, you can be confident that you will always achieve your destination. And even if there's times when you're feeling tested or feeling like you need to have a lot of patience about something, like, it's okay, because your inner knowing, the goose is here to help you with your inner knowing and to feel that sense of confidence that you trust yourself, and no matter what, you will achieve your destination. Okay, we have trust. Oh my God, I just talked about trust, and here it is. Okay, and here's you. Okay, here's your higher self. You know, here's the angels. It's like just trusting yourself. I feel like pile number 2. So these 3 animals definitely helping you to let go of worry, anxiety, and fear, and trust what is happening to you. It's gonna be beautiful, okay? The swan, it's gonna be beautiful, all right? We have black tourmaline and protection. Okay, so some of you guys, you may have had some people around you that have been testing your patience, or who have just been making you feel like you always have to defend yourself, or that, you know, just that you can't be comfortable, right? Just that you can't be comfortable and just live the way you want to live or do what you want to do. And I feel like, you know, this black tourmaline of protection coming through. Also protection if you've had like really racing thoughts, or you've had very ungrounded thoughts, and hey, I've been there, pile number 2. I suffer from anxiety. I've had many panic attacks, you know, not many, but I've had quite a few in my life. And, you know, I feel like I'm seeing the word TAP, TAP, or the initials TAP. So some of you, you know, there's that whole like technique of tapping. It's like an emotional freedom technique, I think, called tapping. I've heard about it before, but interesting. I'm just seeing tapping right now. I'm also seeing the number 7. Okay. Yeah, and I'm seeing the year 2017 as well, and I'm seeing the word X. X. So what happened in 2017 with a person that you were with? Okay. I'm seeing the letter H here. Spirit wanting to talk to you about that for a minute. Pile number 2. The otter is helping you to feel like safe, loved, to not feel like you're just, you know, to not fear what's ahead in the future. We have protection here. So if you are feeling a lot of fear right now, you know, here's the black tourmaline to help you with that. Black tourmaline is a protection stone. It deflects harmful vibrations from electromagnetic frequencies and helps remove the damage caused by psychic attack and negative spells. Black tourmaline calms fear. Wow, we have fear right here. It calms fear and promotes a sense of safety and security. Yeah, for sure. It also releases obstacles and blockages so you can move forward on your path. I am safe. I am secure. I walk with a shield of protection wherever I go. Yeah, and with air too, like to me, air is spirit. And you know, like spirit is with you as well, protecting you. Pile number 2. Oh my God, we have air. Isn't that wild? Here it is twice, all right? And we have card 39 in communicating. So there is something about communication here that maybe needing to be protected from some very fearful communications. And there is a lot of fear in the collective right now. I mean, everyone's predicting the world is going to end tomorrow. It ended yesterday. It's ending 5 minutes from now. Everything's horrible. Everything's going to hell in a handbasket. You know, that doesn't really do a whole lot for people who struggle with anxiety. You know, it's enough, or who struggle just with working through certain fears in their life, that you know, there's got to be a way to live more elegantly. At the same time, we're not burying our heads in the sand, but we all need a break from this. Pile number 2. We all need a break from these constant fear messages that are being hammered at us every day. I firmly feel that. Pile number 2. I try sometimes not to like bring my own spiritual beliefs into the readings, but when I'm doing readings on this channel, I feel like inevitably they come out. And I do think there is a lot of messages of fear right now. And, you know, with the swan energy, like there's something about maybe writing or talking it out, or you know, sharing with people, or writing your story, or putting some interesting new perspectives out there, ones that are a bit more like less fear-based and more like, you know, when people say fear-based, on one hand, we can't ignore and we shouldn't ignore the things that are happening, right? Like, because by just ignoring and spacing everything out, that isn't what we want to do either. But at the same time, we can't live in that space forever. We need a break from it. And I think you guys do, okay? Toad and adapt. Okay, so you are very good at adapting to many different situations, pile number 2. And you have probably had to trust yourself and develop a sense of patience over time, because you've been tested a lot, okay? You've definitely been a brave traveler, okay? And you know, maybe you didn't always know what your destination was, and you had to have patience and trust, or you're just discovering this now, that you don't always know where things are going to go, but you know, you know that you can adapt and be patient and trust yourself, okay? Which is very good when you're dealing with intensity like fear or anxiety. We have Osiris, God King of Duat, okay? So Osiris was the consort of Isis, and yeah, he looks like he's ready for anything. He's holding, I don't know what he's actually holding. It looks kind of like a whip and like a hook kind of weapon, but I don't feel like he's even holding a weapon. It's more just like, I'm here and I have what I need, okay? And on this card, it says commitment, acquisition, and responsibility, okay? So definitely feeling strong, feeling proud, feeling like I can do this, I can tackle this, I can take this on, I have what it takes, and I am committed, okay? And I'm patient, right? Osiris here, it's not like he's swinging all these things he's holding around and acting all crazy. He's just standing there, and it's okay. He's done his part. He's waiting to see what's next. And that's cool, all right? That's where the goose is helping you to kind of like step back from things for a minute and be patient and be confident that you entrust yourself that this is gonna be okay, all right? And okay, so I think for you guys, this is your worst fear, okay? This whole thing, and I had a feeling this card was going to come out, right? This whole void of course moon and the blackness of this card, the darkness and the night here, saying nothing will come of this situation, okay? And that's maybe where you've really had to trust your inner knowing and be super patient and trust in the outcome, and also be willing to take detours at times, even if it annoyed you or upset you. I do feel like the goose or the geese are helping you to master this lesson. Like your soul knows the way, okay? And there may be like nagging fears at times, like in your mind, like this isn't going anywhere. Nothing is going to come of this. Like, why am I, like just a lot of overthinking or over analyzing something and worry, okay? And this may be one thing that's very hard for you is like nothing could come of this, right? And so, but you guys are, brave travelers, and you're confident you will achieve your destination, okay? We have soul family. Oh, I was talking about soul family and loyal friends and things like that. It says soul family, call in your tribe. You do not have to do it alone, right? The otters are together with two or three of them. The swans are together. The geese are together, right? Swans, I think swans mate for life, actually, right? And then you see the two dolphins, like coming out here at the top, jumping out of the water too. The dolphins playing in the background. The dolphins have been showed up in pile number 1 too, which is cool. But this is about really, really connecting with just people that you're like, yeah, I know your heart. And then this person is also like, I know your heart too. And there's a lot of trust there. And, it's been a long journey because geese migrate. I believe they do, right? So if you migrate a lot and you've been trying to find that sense of soul family or that sense of happiness and belonging, pile number 2, and it's been a long journey, I feel like this is coming here for you. Like the otter, the swan, and the geese are trying to bring this through. We have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Okay, so there may have been times, this is the whole black tourmaline and protection vibe, and communicating those boundaries for others. I feel you are a very loving person, pile number 2. You have a lot of love to give, trusting and being patient. Maybe at times you felt like, yeah, I'm the only one being responsible or committing here, or I've adapted too much to the point where I don't recognize myself anymore, or I'm giving too much of myself, or this doesn't really make sense for me anymore because I'm draining myself, okay? So it's like the difference between being with people that really get you, so it's effortless and easy, versus being around people who just keep asking for more and more and more. And you're very capable, pile number 2, so you definitely can deliver. It's just Spirit is wanting you to worry less about delivering to others and more about your own happiness and love and affection and having a soul tribe and calming the inner storm. I feel like this is more where Spirit wants you to work right now. And we have action. Wow. Okay, so action in card 30. Take some form of action without regrets. She reminds me of the Queen of Swords, right? Take some form of action, talking about the boundaries probably too, okay? Take some form of action without regrets. Examine what is holding you back from taking action and cut it loose. You will get the most immediate results through acting decisively. No maybes, okay? So the geese, the swan, and the sea otter are very soft energies to me. So it's surprising that this action card is coming out, but there is some protection, okay? There is some protection here that is needed, and it could be around messages that are being communicated about you, to you, or about you, or feeling like people are talking behind your back, like talk in my face, you know, talk one way in my face, but act differently, you know, just this kind of selling you a bag of goods, you know, just that kind of energy. I feel like if there's any shisty kind of energy in your life right now, pile number 2, that you know you need to cut out, it's time to do it, okay? So definitely boundaries, action, and protection coming out very strong here. And sometimes when we cut things out of our lives, we're like, am I ever gonna find like the people that I really resonate with? Am I ever going to like trust people again? Am I ever, you know, and I feel like you guys have been very patient, and yeah, and you realized in places where, you know, actually I do need to let that go, okay, for something better. So let's go ahead, my beautiful pile number 2s. Let's look at the tarot now and see how are the sea otters helping pile number 2 specifically. 10 of Cups, there it is, happiness, right there on the card, it says happiness. So the sea otters are definitely helping you to find that sense of belonging and soul tribe and happiness, and maybe even romance for some of you here too, to go deeper with someone, to be more intimate, to get even more, you know, to know one another even more, and to share a special moment with one another, okay? We have the Queen of Wands, so the otters are here to help show you like what you deserve, and what you've been working toward, and that, you know, it hasn't been like, you are moving ahead, you are changing, you are growing. It hasn't just been a total like loss. Pile number 2, okay? Yeah, there's the 5 of Swords just randomly popped out. So the otters showing you like there's still good in the world. There's still people that care. Like even if certain people snubbed you or were jerks to you, there's still really good people in the world to know and to talk to, okay? Here's the Ace of Pentacles, so a chance to channel your energy into something that is good for you physically first and foremost, because that's how I always read the Ace of Pentacles. Like that's how I feel. It's a gateway to something that feels good, but on a very physical level. So, you know, they're helping you with emotional health. I feel like the otters are, but also if some of you wanted to start some new physical routines or different things you wanted to work on, I feel like the sea otters are helping you with that. And talking about a helpful person coming into your life, like refreshing your perspective, we have the Knight of Wands. So yeah, it's like when you take a little bit, when you make a little bit of effort, I feel like pile number 1 or pile number 2, when you make a little bit of effort, it's like boom, you know, there's an immediate result from it, okay? Yeah, and I also feel like somebody here reaching an olive branch out to the other person to say, you know, for those of you that have a partner or you have partnered type situations or you're looking for love, like someone reaching out and making the first move, and the other person like rushing in to be like, yeah, you know, I missed you too, or yeah, I want to talk to you too, or yeah, I feel like I want to be close to you too, okay? And the Hangman just tried to flip out reverse, right? So to me, that just tells me that something that felt very stuck, or where there was really no movement, or maybe had gotten to a point where maybe you were very worried about a situation with a particular person. It could have been a fire sign, because we have Aries and Leo energy here, but you could have been worried about a particular situation, and I feel like you understand it a lot better now. Pile number one, like you understand this situation a lot more, and you are like, and I do feel it shifting. I do feel the energy is shifting and changing around whatever situation you were in, whether it was work or a romance. I kind of feel romance. I gotta tell you, I feel romance in your guys' pile. All right, so yeah, and if the cards are just popping out, and some of you are like Eight of Swords. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Natalie, but yeah, or I didn't come here expecting to hear to hear about romance, but I feel like, once you take the first step out there and kind of put it out there that this is what I want, and there's someone that comes in like pretty quickly, and I feel like some of you are like, whoa, like I didn't realize that it could be that fast, or it could happen, right? Especially since patience is here at the bottom of the reading here, okay? So let's go ahead and see how the swans are helping pile number two, please. How are the swans? We have the Seven of Pentacles. So it's this feeling of, not this again. Like, I was doing so well. And then, and that whole sense of like, for some of you too, maybe feeling a little bit depressed here, because it says wake up and roll the clouds away and look. Or maybe just feeling kind of depressed or bored, or just not into it anymore. So the swans are helping you to release this feeling of just dystopian reality, okay? Yeah, here's another happiness card. Here's the Nine of Cups, right? So there's a lot of happiness signatures I feel for you here, pile number two. So the swans are like, don't worry, be happy. We got you. We heard you. We've got you. And we want to, and a lot of times if you're really upset or depressed or worried about something, someone's just telling you, oh, be happy or cheer up. It's like, kind of like, yeah, well, fuck you, So I know what you mean, pile number two, but I feel like the swans are here to show you like a more beautiful, poetic side of life. And you guys are like Eight of Cups. I'm not sure it exists, and I'm not sure it exists. At one time, I was really happy. At one time, I did feel that energy, but, it didn't really stay in my life, and I was forced to let something go. And, and I feel like the swans are here. For some of you, too, you may be talking about experiences that you had in relationships and turning it into some kind of art. I mean, I feel this very, like, poetic energy, and some of you may have been very, very sad too with the Eight of Cups, okay? And there's a lot of beautiful artists out there that turn things, and sometimes you can't, sometimes you can't, like, you just need to get through the day, right? And I also feel like the swans helping you to notice the little things so you can get through the day and get through this phase, helping you to see the bright side of things. Here's the Queen of Cups. Oh, I love that. So, sorry, pile number two. Franny, shush, please. Shh, sorry for murdering your ears, pile number two. Franny, please, quiet, mama. Okay, sorry, pile number two. But yeah, so the Queen of Cups facing the Eight of Cups, like, I feel you've definitely faced some emotional losses, for sure. Pile number two, maybe around, like, at one point you were very happy and satisfied, but, and maybe there was a big kind of like, I don't even know why it happened. I don't even know how I got to this place, And I feel like the swans are here to say, I mean, there's not any swords here. There's a lot of cups. And there's a sense here with the Seven of Pentacles, like things didn't go like I wanted them to, or just kind of frustrated. And I feel like the swans are here to kind of like renew your faith in love and soul family, and to give you like emotional care, right? To talk about like caring for yourself emotionally, all right? Which is that's very lovely energy. Also psychic energy with the swans too, for sure, talking to you. Maybe some of you here are readers or you are psychics, and maybe you just feel like you've been out of touch with this lately, or you feel like you haven't been able to do it as much as you like, but I definitely feel like the swans here are helping you to open that up. And sometimes that's through pain and through, you know, unrealized, unresolved, you know, kind of things or issues, or just facing the great abyss, you know, pile number 2. But I definitely feel like the swan's helping you, for those of you that are like psychic, intuitive people as well, or have some type of spiritual business. The swan's helping you to make your day more creative and more beautiful. And here's the Hierophant. So I love that too, because the swans are like, you know, we don't, like, you know, the Hierophant is all about having faith and trust as well. But it's like the old things that maybe I feel like you guys are just, some of you may be finding a new teacher or mentor as well with the Hierophant. But I also just feel there are some things that you guys don't want to listen to anymore. You don't want to listen to like grating energy, or just things that are constantly like doom and gloom, or things that just never change. You know, you want to, the swans are helping you go deeper into your emotional experience and face some of your frustrations and pain that you've been through, but it is teaching you with the Hierophant. So the swans are like a teacher for you, pile number 2. Very interesting. I love that energy. Very poetic in the way they explain themselves. Okay. So now for the geese. Let's see how are the geese helping my pile number 2s? We have the 2 of Pentacles. So, you know, with the 2 of Pentacles, it's like, it's this and it's that, right? And being patient with the 2 of Pentacles too, as well. So if it's not today, maybe tomorrow is what I feel with the 2 of Pentacles, and taking things a little bit lighter, right? With the 2 of Pentacles too. Like, you know, maybe I feel like, you know, if I don't get this right now, right away, I'm going to look silly, or I'm not going to be happy with my efforts. But I mean, with the infinity symbol here, like, you know, he's juggling the pentacles within infinity, right? So the geese telling you like it's a timing thing, and you're working at this and it's coming. Okay, just, you know, keep the faith, be patient. So helping you understand timing in your life, I feel like, with the geese. Let's see what else for pile number 2. Queen of Pentacles, lots of pentacle energy. Okay, maybe helping you with an idea, or a business idea that maybe some of you may have, or a project that you would like to start or do or take on. And, you know, when you guys put effort into something, I feel you put your whole effort into something, right? So to see it be a little bit rocky and not be a sure thing, right? This whole fear of like nothing will come of this situation. The geese helping you to understand like this is just a timing issue, and you're a very brave traveler, as the geese said earlier. And so have confidence that you will get the results that you're seeking. And some of you it may be financial stuff, or it may be just, I had this really amazing idea, but it's not coming off as quite like I wanted it to, or maybe being a little bit dissatisfied with some compromises or something that you had to make on something. But it is a timing issue. It is a practical issue. Here's the 9 of Wands. Okay, so giving you the strength to keep pushing even when things are a little bit uncertain, right? So the geese migrate, they go far, far, near and far, they come back, they go, right? So helping to give you the stamina to really see what it is that you're doing through, okay? And for some of you, I feel like this has to do with work, or what you do in the world, or the projects that you're trying to do, or the ideas that you have. And you know, it hasn't been easy. You guys definitely put in effort, you put in work. Pile number 2, okay? So the geese helping you to navigate any feelings of like, this will never work the way I want it to, right? They're helping you to rise above that. And if there's any part of yourself like that is hypercritical, or judges your efforts when they don't come off exactly as you want them to, or there's any part of you that is obsessed with perfection or things like that, pile number 2. I feel like the King of Swords is saying, you know, like the geese are coming through and saying, like, you know, your own inner knowing knows when it's time to like say, okay, I've had enough and I'm done with this and I'm just not going to do it anymore, versus, you know, and I do think you're going to make some, you know, some practical decisions, and the geese are helping you to stay very sharp and very smart about what it is that you're doing as well, and helping you to change tactics if necessary, right? Because the geese are like flying and migrating everywhere. So having that sense of like, I can change something if I want to, and be okay with it, right? And some of you may feel like, well, I've been trying to change a lot, you know, it still feels like it's not going anywhere. And here is saying, you know, it's not that your strategy is wrong, pile number 2, at all. It's really a timing issue. And your effort is turning you into someone who is very knowledgeable and very good, and not just good, but very skillful, and you know, very like, what's the word? Very like almost like where you can handle any situation or anything that comes up. It's like you become very, very skillful at dealing with whatever situation comes up, no matter what, okay? And some of you really growing in your strength and abilities and your intelligence through everything that's been happening, okay? Which is very good to hear. What else are the geese? What else are the geese helping with, okay? What else are the geese helping with, Spirit? What else? We have the High Priestess. Okay, so that's the whole divine timing thing. That's the whole like knowing, inner knowing, because the whole word on the card of the geese is inner knowing, okay? And saying, don't worry, you are blessed, let yourself fly, okay? So yeah, this is the inner knowing. And I loved how 3 major arcana showed up here, right? So the sea otters helping you to get out of situations that are perspectives and way of thinking about things, and getting you to put that first step out there to your happiness and being like, wow, that was much easier than I thought it was going to be, okay? And then with the swans, with the Hierophant, Taurus energy, Venus energy, teaching you about faith and going deeper, and you know, finding good quality teachers as well. And here with the High Priestess, also talking to you about commitment with the Hierophant too. You know, like commitment also in love and working through that. And the High Priestess here, your inner knowing for sure. All right. And I feel like the geese are telling you, like, are helping you being smart strategists here with the King of Swords, and be very sharp and smart and analytical, but also following your own inner knowing. Okay. And if there's anyone in your life that is like doubtful of you and is like, you know, this is taking a really long time, or I don't know if you should keep working on this, I feel like, you know, fuck that, pile number 2. Your own inner knowing overrides any of that, okay? Your own inner reality and your own intuition will override anybody who is naysaying you or has, you know, negative feedback about what it is that you're trying to do. You are on the right path, okay? Just trust, pile number 2. So thank you so much, my lovelies. What a reading. I hope that was a long reading. It was a big reading. I hope that reading resonated for you. I hope it made sense. And many blessings with your happiness, your grace, and your inner knowing, my pile number 2s. And if you have any feedback for me, you can certainly leave me a comment and like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much, pile number 2, and take care. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay. Let's do it for pile number 3. Let's do it. Drink some water. Pile number 3, let's do it. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the red tea light, and today's reading is called What 3 Animal Totems Are With You Now and Why? And we have 3 animal totems here. Then we will go to the tarot and find out what messages the animal totems are telling you today. And these animal totems may be just with you now for this phase of your life, or maybe you've seen them before and you've resonated with them before, but it is going to be very interesting to see. Today, when I was going to check my mail, I saw a huge spider. I cannot even tell you, pile number 3. It was massive. It was like longer than the length of my palm, almost like the length of my palm to my hand. And I have like long fingers, you know? So yeah, pile number 3. It was absolutely crazy. And for those of you that resonate with the energy of spiders, I mean, I resonate with them from a totem perspective, but from like a seeing them in broad daylight perspective, I'm like, oh my God. So pile number 3, we are going to channel it in. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the beautiful energy of my wonderful pile number 3s as we look at what 3 animal totems are with them now. Pile number 3, let's keep those fires burning. Do any of you guys have a fireplace? I wish I had a fireplace. I don't think I've really ever lived any place that had a fireplace, but I mean, I did live in Southern California for many years, but yeah, I mean, it'd be pretty cool to have to curl up. Can any of you do that? Leave me a comment if you do that. Like if you curl up by the fireplace with some hot chocolate or a book, because send me your energy, pile number 3. I'm pretty jealous of you. So let's go ahead and look at your animal totems. We have the pronghorn, action, pronghorn. Ooh, look at that stately animal. It's very emperor-like, okay? Very like the emperor in the tarot. Kind of reminds me of the elk. I don't actually know what a pronghorn is, but very, very serious, stern, like we're gonna get this done, no worries, okay? So it says on the card, now the time is to act. Opportunities are here. Move forward with confidence. Your talents will always help you land on the pinnacle. Your quick wit and keen senses will lead you to success, okay? So yeah, this card, this is also, it reminds me of like Aries energy. It reminds me of the Emperor, of Saturn energy, right? Moving forward with confidence. Your talents will always help you land on the pinnacle. Trusting your talents. Pile number 3. Let's see what else. We have the lizard. Oh my God, how cool. Oh my God, I love the lizard. So interesting. Lizard, regeneration. As a survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can always adapt. Embrace your transformation. Put on your new cloak. You are a master of regeneration. And the lizard energy is associated with fire. And that was interesting because I kept feeling fire, like keep the fires burning. Also, lizard is like very psychic energy too. Very empathic, like picking up on everything around people. And you're a survivor, unparalleled. Pile number 3, no matter what happens, you can always adapt. So very cool. You guys are very resourceful. And I think you guys in pile number 3 would make some, you know, vicious enemies if someone, you know, did it, because I feel like you guys take action. You're resourceful, you're regeneration, you gain your strength back, like all of these things. Pile number 3, very cool. We have fox. Oh yeah, clever. All right, so spirit is helping you. Like if you guys have any enemies, I feel bad for them. I have to be honest, because I mean, I don't, because if you have enemies, then they're also my enemy too, pile number 3. But I mean, I feel like if you have anyone in your life that is giving you trouble, like us, they're not going to have good luck with it, because you know, you are a survivor, you regenerate very quickly, you can put on a new cloak and walk away, you take action when necessary. And if you haven't felt this energy before, like strongly, it is coming in strongly for you now, okay? And I'm also seeing like deer in the background here, or like, you know, animals with horns like this pronghorn. So definitely that kind of energy. everyone's like, oh, deers are so nice. But like, have you ever seen the story of the deer woman that like tramples people, right? So, I mean, maybe you are so nice, pile number 3, but like, I wouldn't mess with you. So we have the fox and clever. You are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. Yeah, like I said with this pronghorn, resources surround you. Be open to romance. Wow. So some of you needing to be open to romance as well. But I also feel some of you right now are very focused on your goals and what it is that you want to accomplish. And you're going to surprise a lot of people with this lizard energy and your transformation. And you know, one day you're just going to show up and be different. I feel pile number 3, which is, you know, that's very exciting. Good for you, pile number 3. We have Yod. All right, the finger of God, or the Yod in astrology, which has to do with destiny. And you know what's funny about this pronghorn and the fox being clever is both of them talk about your wit and your keen senses and being swift and smart and being able to change up things on a dime. All right, all of this energy, like the more determined action that you guys take in pile number 3, the greater it places you on the path of your destiny. All right, which, you know, don't give up now. Pile number 3 is what this pronghorn is saying. No need to give up now. No need to like look back or anything. Like, you keep looking in the direction that you're going. And some of you are going to find a companion along the way if you haven't already. We have jonquil, the flower jonquil, power. Take hold of what you know is yours, okay? So absolutely, like I said, you guys are moving into a phase. If you aren't there yet, you're gonna be soon, where people really shouldn't mess with you because you're clever, you're swift, you're smart, you find solutions to problems very easily, and you are moving into a phase where you are going to be taking back your power and taking a hold of what you know is already yours, okay? Yeah, so some people, I think they say lizards are like descendants of dragons. So maybe some of you resonate with dragon energy as well. But like, yeah, now is not the time to mess with pile number 3. We have adversity. Yep. Because you guys are survivors unparalleled. Okay. So if somebody, you know, your destiny, it is what it is. And you've been in a good way. Like other people can not really understand probably some of the level of adversity that you have faced on your path, but you accept your challenges and you learn from them. And that's why at the end of the day, like you are going to be a person that has power. You are going to be a person that seizes your destiny, and you are very smart and clever. And thank God you are pile number 3, because it helps you get through adversity, okay? We have acceptance. Yeah. You know what? It's so interesting because we can have this energy of, you know, being a fighter and not giving up. And once we have our mind set on something, right? But, you know, in our experiences of being survivors, you know, for those of you, it says, I think the jonquil flower it says Narcissus jonquilla. So some of you dealt with narcissists or psychopaths, or you grew up in homes like that, or you had abusive relationships, etc. You definitely are a survivor, pile number 3. You're smart, you're resourceful, you're clever, you can think on your feet, and you can face adversity like a fucking champ. But what I will say, one of the hardest things, especially for people that are like fighters and never want to give up and are always like pushing through, sometimes the hardest thing is acceptance, right? And just walking away and not fighting something, right? Not fighting something. And the fox energy here is like, you know, solutions to problems are easily found. Resources surround you, right? Acceptance, be open to romance or new romances or things that could come your way that would be really great. Now, I also feel like it's smart in a way to accept certain things and let it go, right? And not spend forever like plotting on something, because it detracts from our destiny, right? And you know, I'm a person, I've felt a lot of resentment in my own life. I know how it feels to feel bitter and scorned and resentful. I definitely know that energy really well. Pile number 3, I have Pluto on my ascendant in my astrology chart, and many other things in my chart that talk about, you know, vengeance is mine. So, you know, there is something about, you know, acceptance as a way of a warrior too, and just saying, you know what, like, certain things I can achieve and I can push through and I can, you know, I can do, but other things, it's smarter and it's better for me to just accept certain things because I'm not wasting any more energy looking at that anymore, right? It says, I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Yeah, that's like the serenity prayer, right? Like I have the courage to accept the things. What is it? I forget the words to it now, but like having the courage to accept the things that I cannot change, right? We have choose a new direction. Definitely, definitely, definitely. And pile number 3, you are choosing a whole new direction, and that sun is coming up in the background. Maybe some of you have been pulling the death card a lot lately, or you've seen it come up a lot in readings you've seen, but Spirit is telling you like choosing a new direction is good for you right now. And, you know, creatively going about like meeting your destiny, all right? And maybe not having to put as much effort as before because you've changed. And so things are coming because of your acceptance, like your destiny is coming towards you faster, okay? Very cool, pile number 3. We have serpentine. Yeah, I love serpentine. I have a big old thing of serpentine, a big old crystal from the Pacific Northwest where serpentine can be found. But serpentine looks and feels like the skin of a serpent. Snakes have the ability to shed their outgrown skin, and serpentine symbolically helps you to do the same. Determine what needs to be released in your life so that something new can come in. Serpentine helps you to implement transformation, transition, and change in your life. Affirmation. It is safe to let go. I know that nothing is ever taken away unless something better is coming. Yeah. So that whole thing of, you know, nothing that is ever ours, like things can be ours for a while, and then they drift out of our lives, or we're forced to let go of something. But in that, you know, something better, that it paves the way to choose a new direction, and that can be very exciting. I also love the talk about shedding the skin, right? Because it says it here. It says, embrace your transformation, put on your new cloak with master of regeneration, which reminds me of like the shedding of the skin, right? Because lizards are reptiles, right? Snakes are also reptiles. Yeah, so if you've outgrown something and it's time to choose a new direction, the fox is here also, I feel like, to help you like be really smart and clever about what you're deciding to do, which is amazing. Pile number 3, okay? We have clear quartz and heal. Okay, so probably some of you coming into a lot of acceptance and healing and understanding like, it's okay, like opportunities are here. My talents will help land me in the right spot and will lead me to success. And some of you may feel like you've had a detour in life at times. Like I was quick to take action, but maybe I shouldn't have done that. And I had to take a detour and something took longer than I wanted. Maybe some of you dealt with that feeling, okay? But really talking about healing your life path here. Pile number 3, this pronghorn, talking about working on your destiny and healing your life path, and any feelings that you have about your life path as well. Like, I'm not doing it well enough, or I'm not doing it good enough. I feel like you are, pile number 3. We have borage and courage. Yeah, that's coming out under adversity with the lizard. You are a survivor unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can adapt, okay? So remember that about yourself, and remember that you are taking hold of what you know is yours, power, okay? And I talked about courage a minute ago with acceptance, with the courage to accept the things that you cannot change and the wisdom to know the difference, right? I think that's the prayer, the serenity prayer. But yeah, you guys have a lot of courage And the lizard, for some of you that need to get out of situations or need to put on a cloak of power in order to hide your intentions of what you plan to do, because there's been some adversity that you've been facing and you're working on getting yourself out of this, pile number 3, the lizard is helping to bring you a lot of courage, and the pronghorn is here to help you heal your life path, okay? We have Vanith, caretaker of the loss, respite, assistance, and memory. I like her. I like her. I'm going to have to look her up. I don't think I've ever heard of her before. Let me see if I think I have my book right here, Vanith. Let's see what it says in the book about her, because I don't think I've heard of her. She looks like Lilith or like the Dark Angel or something like that. She looks pretty cool. Let's see if I can find her. Vanith, where are you? There's so many. This deck is really interesting, but sorry for the pause here. Vanith, caretaker of the lost. The caretaker of the lost Vanith guides the dead who become sidetracked or misled to their proper places. An agent of Hades. Okay, yeah, Hades' mercy. She helps them to recall that which they most need to know about themselves to continue on in the afterlife. Benevolent and dedicated, Vanith provides that which is most needed at the point where it is needed the most. She inspires us to trust those we depend on and the tools which will aid us to be there or easily found. Yeah, problems are easily solved here with the fox and this clever energy, okay? The tools that we need to aid us will be there or will be easily found at a critical moment. It is important to rest, to breathe, and not to give in to panic or fear, okay? So Vanith energy really assisting you with this fox energy. And, you know, it looks like she's an agent of Hades and a caretaker of the lost. So if you feel like you need to be really smart and be really solution oriented right now and really listen to your instinct, Vanith energy and resources are around you, right? Producing the right thing at the right time to get you where you need to go. Great, pile number 3. We have your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus, okay? So, you know, we do have a full moon in Taurus coming up on November 19th, and it is a full moon eclipse in Taurus. And it happens to be directly on my sun in Taurus, which I'm like, should I hide under a rock or what? But I'm not. I'm not. I'm actually going to be going live on my other channel anyway, non sequitur, right before that. But yeah, your dreams need a practical plan. So when you're working on, you know, and I feel like this pronghorn energy is very practical. It's like action, detail oriented, practical plans. When you're going through a big transformation, you have to be clever. You need to get to the quickest resource the fastest. You have to be willing to take on the cloak of invisibility and maybe hide your intentions from people around you who won't be supportive or won't understand what you're doing, and cloak yourself in a way and then get ready to take action, right? And yeah, that's very interesting, pile number 3, okay? So once you have a practical plan in place and you can take action on it, I think you're gonna feel a lot more relaxed in picking a new direction, okay? We have transformation. There it is at the heart of your reading. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing, and that is coming under this clear crystal quartz and healing. Sometimes we don't really know like if we're changing or healing. Like everyone talks about healing, like, oh, I'm healing or whatever, and it's like, are we? Like, what are, you know, I don't know. It's a very interesting concept. Like when we break a leg or something like that, we understand that there is a process to healing. We understand, like, and we can see when we've healed, like, oh, this feels better and I feel good again, you know, like we can see it. But when it's emotional, it's harder to witness sometimes within ourselves, like how far we've come. And you know, when people talk about like DNA healing at a cellular level and, you know, energy work and all of that, some of you may be going down that road or having some of that happen here. We have, this is the, you know, this is the light deck, I think by Rebecca Campbell. She also has a starseed deck, but your card here says starseed, what lights you up, okay? Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing, and, you know, take hold of what you know is yours, having the courage to do it. And what lights you up, you know, when you're choosing a new direction. I mean, not only it's hard being a human, because not only do we have to find the creativity and the mindset and the passion to do something, but then we have to have the courage to actually do it. And we have to organize the practical details. So, you know, it's no easy task, but good thing you have 3 very strong animal totems here, pile number 3, to help you with this transformation going on. Oh yeah, we have weather and natural events. And to me, this reminds me of the Tower, right? What is urgent in your life? What's making you feel overwhelmed and is out of your control? Are you worried about how you will survive a major change? Okay, so yeah, you guys don't worry, because you do have this very smart, clever energy. And some of you may be meeting someone as well who is very smart or clever, just like you are, and can help you navigate through some of this as well, you know, and knows the right things to do or say, okay? Which is cool. That's very cool, pile number 3. If you run into someone like that, that can be that who has good intentions, obviously, and who has your back, like that can be a real gift, you know? And yeah, if you're feeling like things are very urgent and you have to hurry, and it's making you feeling like you're needing to make decisions really fast and you're not sure if you're going to make the right decisions, I feel like you will, pile number 3, with this pronghorn and the fox. I feel like you will, okay? Of course, you know, we want it to be practical and we want it to be like well thought out, but if you need to think on your feet, pile number 3, I think you're definitely going to be able to. Also, for some of you that are feeling like people are kind of taking advantage because they're just making everything on your to-do list urgent, or they're just pushing you when you don't want to be pushed, I feel like some of you are pushing back on that as well, okay, and saying, no, 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 no. So let's go ahead and see. Let's look at the tarot and see how the pronghorn is helping my pile number 3s. I feel like your guys's animal totems are fairly yang, okay? It's interesting because pile number 2's was fairly yin, I thought. But let's go ahead, pile number 3. We have the devil. Okay, so this pronghorn is helping you face things that maybe you haven't wanted to face, or people that have been very controlling or manipulative towards you. And the pronghorn is helping you to stand up against that and helping you to move through this situation and take action so that you can heal from it and be on the path to your destiny soon here, okay? So what is the pronghorn helping pile number 3 with, Spirit? We have the 8 of Pentacles, so helping you to forget any times when you doubted yourself, or whether other people did, or just things that would distract you from your mission and your life purpose, whether it be addictions or strongholds or other people, or, you know, a job that made you feel trapped, pile number 3, whatever it is, or a relationship that made you feel trapped financially. The pronghorn is here to help you take clear, concise, efficient action with the 8 of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords is helping you cut through the bullshit, helping you to make really strategic decisions about, you know, your effort and your work and where you're appreciated, I feel like. And the 2 of Wands, talk about taking action. The 2 of Wands is a Mars and Aries card. So that card is all about action with the pronghorn. Not just action for the sake of it, but smart action that aligns you to what it is that you really want to put effort into, what it is that you really care about, helping you to bypass the bullshit, any patterns within you that are very hard to change or to let go of. The pronghorn is helping you to transcend these patterns and heal your life path. Pile number 3, very good, or helping you to turn away from drama, from negativity, from the naysayers and just put your effort in and be strategic about what it is that you're doing and the choices that you make. Okay, very cool. And we have next the lizard. Let's see what the lizard, judgment. Okay, primal energy of fire. The lizard does represent fire and Pluto. And I talked about that energy of cloaking yourself while you are going through this massive overhaul and change, and helping you to kind of cloak yourself as you're doing this. And when it's time for you to merge and, you know, take your final pass at something or burn it down, whatever it is that you're doing, pile number 3, like the lizard is here to help you. Even if you need to be a little bit sneaky for a while, even if you need to do things kind of on the down low, because you need to do what you need to do, pile number 3. The lizard is helping you. Yeah, the 5 of Swords. The lizard is helping you not to feel guilty about taking back your power, okay? And if any of you have any patterns around that, like, oh, you know, I shouldn't say that or I shouldn't do that, I feel like the lizard is here to be provoking in a way, to say, like, you know, like, do it. You know, it may piss some people off, it may hurt their feelings, but at the end of the day, like, you know, you gotta be you, okay? And just because other people don't have the courage maybe to face the adversity like you have, doesn't mean that you have to pretend that you can't, you know? Yeah, here's the 5 of Wands. The lizard is full on, like, telling you it is okay if you, it's very yang, okay? It's very, very yang energy. It is okay if you just are, it's okay if you have a couple choice words to say. It's okay if you take some action that other people are not completely comfortable with because they don't, you know, see things your way or whatever, or they think they have a different approach that's better than you, or whatever it happens to be. I feel like the lizard is helping you to, like, burn up any questions about your own power or agency, and here to help you disintegrate and decimate anybody who would get in the way of what it is that you need to do right now. Okay, it's very liberating. It's very, very liberating, which I like. I like. Pile number 3. Also, I feel, I'm going back to this pronghorn energy. I feel like the pronghorn is helping you guys to ignore situations that really have no value to you, and just that, so that you can keep working and making good decisions and taking action. It's like you're just bypassing bullshit is what I feel. Okay, pile number 3, good for you. All right, let's get one more card for the lizard. I love it when I see, like, really feisty readings, and I feel like this lizard energy is feisty. Okay, here's the Hermit, and yeah, and I feel like the lizard is saying, you know, this is what you've been seeking, is, you know, liberation from these toxic people or these toxic environments or these users, or, you know, and, you know, like, you're too good for this, and you can get down in it and battle it out if necessary, but at the same time, like, you are choosing a new direction. You know, with the Hermit, we really do choose a new direction, okay? And maybe something had to get to a certain level of shittiness for you to really see that this is not acceptable, okay? Pile number 3, and it's that inner knowing, and you are wisdom. I mean, it's wisdom building, which I feel, you know, there is a lot of wisdom building in your pile number 3, okay? There's a lot of character and wisdom building things coming up here. Let's go ahead and see how the Fox is helping you. Haha, Queen of Swords. Yeah. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. The Queen of Swords, okay? The Fox, clever, smart, discerning. Don't lie to my face. I know what the truth is, okay? You know, very, very decisive, smart, resourceful, keeping people guessing. Pile number 3, good for you. All right, we have the Empress. Yeah, talking about love. It said right there on the Fox card, be open to romance. So talking about, you know, at the end of the day, like you are choosing a new direction, all this soul work, this inner transformation that you've been working on, pile number 3, it's ultimately putting you in a really good position to experience some growth and a change of direction and positivity when it comes to relationships and when it comes to, you know, the relationship within yourself, but also your relationships with others. Okay. And yeah, so yeah, here's the 9 of Cups just popped out too. So the Fox helping you to make some very quick and smart decisions, which ultimately are going to lead to your abundance and your happiness, and are going to lead to you being in the power position too, because the Empress is certainly in the power position and she doesn't have a whole lot to worry about. I mean, she basically has what she needs, and she's comfortable with who she is. And, you know, and also like feeling really good about yourself to the point where you're ready to kind of open yourself up maybe to some new experiences. Okay, so let's see what else is the Fox doing here. Oh, the Sun. All right. Yeah. So yeah, to bring, I mean, things have been serious. Pile number 3, I do feel things have been very, very serious, and the Fox is helping you with the Queen of Swords to really not take any more bullshit, to really just call things as you see them, to make executive decisions. It's time to make that executive decision, you know, and then after that, things get a lot easier. Things get a lot more yin, or things get a lot more solar, even yin solar, you know what I mean? Like things just get more, which that seems weird, right? Because it's like yin solar. I usually would think of yin as the moon, but I mean, it leads to just, it leads to you like being like, yeah, I like my life now. I like it. I'm fully satisfied. Take that, haters. Okay. You know, it's like that Kanye West song, ha ha, haters. Take that, haters. Okay, have you guys ever heard that? I think it's like, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Take that, haters. Like he says that in a song. But I feel like that's what you guys are kind of saying here is like, you know, and I keep going back to this Devil 8 of Pentacles, because with the pronghorn, I keep wanting to express it in a better way, but I feel like, you know, the pronghorn is just helping you guys to say, like, it doesn't matter what these people do. It doesn't matter what they're saying, thinking, or doing. It doesn't matter. Like, it almost doesn't even matter my environment. I'm going to achieve anyway. I'm going to make my choices anyway. I'm going to take my actions anyway. Okay. Which I like. I like that for you, pile number 3. You guys really are survivors, and, you know, true rewards and inner work and wisdom always comes from, you know, facing the truth and acceptance, and then calling some shots, and then investing back into yourself and into your world for your future happiness. So that's the formula. That's it right there, pile number 3. And that's the formula for transformation, honestly. And the old souls know that. They do. They really do. And I feel you're one of those. So thank you so much, pile number 3. What an exciting reading. And thank you so much to all the piles. Really appreciate everyone. Do leave me a comment if this reading resonates with you, and also if you feel like subscribing or sharing this video with a friend. That's all beautiful energy as well. Thank you so much, everybody, and many blessings upon your path. Take care.